Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry it's been a little bit since I've made a video. I'll be honest, I've been a little frustrated and beat down with this situation. And there hadn't been a lot of updates to make. And, you know, this injury and not working and not training, it's really kind of wearing on me. Oh, and I got a way cool summer cold for a little while too. So, anyways, people warned me I would be down with this. A friend of mine that did the same injury, he said after he tore his bicep tendon, it was the lowest point in his life. I didn't expect it to be that way, but it's kind of turning out that way, you know. I think I've talked about this before, but I assign a lot of my value as a human being in my job and my career, my weekend job, you know, being a bouncer at the bar, security manager, whatever that means, and my lifting. That's pretty much my whole identity, and it's what I assign my value to. And, you know, it's all gone right now. Every bit of it's gone. So I'm having a pretty hard time with things. You know, it's whatever. It's just part of life. It's only temporary. But with that said, so after my last video, a few days afterwards, my short-term disability company called me, and my short-term disability was ready to expire. They provided me with the 6 weeks they were going to provide me with, and that was really nerve-wracking because, you know, without that I don't have any income whatsoever. And so I talked to them. They gave me an extension through the end of the month, which is a huge blessing. They needed some information from my doctor, you know, to help continue it. I was supposed to go see my doctor Friday, and because I'm a basket case right now, I forgot my doctor's appointment. I missed it. It's the first time I've missed an appointment in I don't know how long. So I called immediately, when I realized I was 45 minutes late. And the closest they could get me in was a solid 2 weeks later. So I go back to see the surgeon on the 12th. Right now the physical therapist is still only letting me go once a week. It's still really frustrating. He let me do wrist curls forwards and, you know, with my hand palm facing up, palm facing down with a 2-pound weight. Last week, that was the first time they've incorporated any resistance into my physical therapy. So, I mean, I guess it's progress, but still really slow. They won't, let me start coming multiple times a week for at least 2 more weeks. It's just frustrating. As I said, I've taken some initiative of my own physical therapy. Contrary to what they've told me, I've been every other day doing 4 sets of 10 hammer curls with a 5-pound weight. I don't feel like that's heavy enough to injure me. I feel like it'll help stave off some of the muscle atrophy and maybe speed my recovery some. I've been trying to train lower body in my left side, but honestly, I just get so frustrated with not being able to train the way I want to. Mentally, it's almost not even worth it. And I know that's counterproductive and I'm losing strength. But right now, I'm just having to like take care of my mind more than anything else. I've decided to back out of my meet in November that I originally was really amped up to do. I knew I wouldn't be able to deadlift. I was just going to try to deadlift 135 for my opener, and then that was it, and just hope that I could have a full meet on the board and maybe qualify for the World Cup by default if there was, you know, only 1 or 2 people in my weight class, because I compete in submasters. It's usually smaller classes. This is a real small meet, so I was hoping, but I don't, at this rate, I don't even think I'm going to be able to deadlift 135 by then, or bench. That's pretty heartbreaking. You know, the World Cup's last time it was in America was 7 years ago. It's a real big deal. I was really looking forward to it, but you know, I'm getting to a point where I have to be realistic and acknowledge that that's not going to happen this year. You know, maybe by the time it comes back, I can qualify as a master. I've set my sights on SPF Worlds. All I have to do to qualify for it is place first or second in any SPF meet, so I've got plenty of time. It's a year away. It's a big deal. I don't feel it's quite as exclusive as the World Cup. But you know, I'll take what I can get, because SPF Worlds is also in America this year. So you know, getting injured sucks. My employer's kind of starting to get antsy about me coming back, like that's added stress. They've been really, really cool up until this point, but you know, I don't know. Like, they're asking me every week how much longer, and I'm just having to tell them I don't know. That's stressful. It's getting at me. I mean, I don't think they're going to let me go or anything, but it's just like one thing after another building up. I spent 20 minutes on the phone with the insurance company yesterday. At least, thank God, at the end of the month, if I'm not back to work, which it's not looking like I will be, they're going to roll me over onto my long-term disability. Speaking of which, anybody out there that has the option for short-term disability, get it if you don't have it. It has saved my family. I can't express that enough. It cost me like $3.50 a week. I bought it never thinking I'd need it, figuring if I ever did, it would have something to do with my wrecking my motorcycle. Thank God I have it. It's been a huge blessing. So besides that, like, I'm trying to tough it out. I don't have a lot of updates. Kind of the highlight of my thing right now is I'm training my daughter up for her meet. She's competing in Iron Maiden in November. She's 11. I'm writing programming for a friend's daughter who's 9, who's going to do her first meet. Like, both of those are really good distractions. They're really helpful. Like I said, right now I'm just such a basket case. I haven't even really been focusing on my personal training certification like I should be. I expected to be done and already had the test, but some days it's just hard to even find the motivation to do it. Like, I don't know. This is just tough. So, you know, with that, like, I guess that's all I got to tell y'all. You know, hopefully soon I'll be able to post like some comeback training videos or something, instead of just telling y'all about what a wet blanket I'm being. But, you know, for any powerlifter out there, strongman competitor, strength athlete that's watching this, like, getting injured sucks. It's really tough, but like, you can't let it define you. I'm not going to let this define me. I'm not going to let it end my lifting career. I'm not going to live in fear of getting injured again when I do start lifting again. I'm going to rehab this right, and as soon as the doctor releases me, I'm going to start building it back up. And I expect by September 2019, I'm going to be better than I was before I got injured. And that's all you can do if you get injured, if you love this sport. If you love it, and it's like part of who you are, And if it's not, you wouldn't be watching this. Like, it's all you can do is just take the setback and come back stronger. Like, I'm not going to lie to you and be like, oh, it'll be fine. Like, it's going to be tough and you're going to get in your head. But like, we're strength athletes and we don't stop. I'm not going to stop. So if you're injured and you're watching this, like, hang in there. It's going to be hard, but you're going to come back better than ever.